Hey y'all, welcome to Jason Fix It and you can too. Today we're going to install some parking sensors on my car. Now you can pick these up from anywhere from $10 to $20 on eBay or Amazon, and I'm going to show you how to install them. Okay, so a couple of supplies that you want to have on hand, of course. You want to have your package of your parking sensor kit. You need a tape measure, some painter's tape, package of zip ties, a pen or a Sharpie, and some Scotch locks. Okay, once you figured out where you're going to place your sensors, remember that this is a bumper cover. This is not your bumper. This is your bumper cover. Make sure that you go behind every one of your spots and crawl up under the car and feel up there and make sure that you've got clearance. Make sure that you're not going to be trying to drill through the actual bumper. Okay, once you've double checked everything and you've checked back behind here, made sure that you had clearance for the sensor, it's time to drill the holes. Okay, again, make sure that you've checked everything. Now you don't have to worry about what kind of hole, what size hole to make, because they're going to send you in your kit, you're going to get a hole saw. Okay, just chuck that up in your drill and you're ready to go. This part makes me really nervous, but it's too late now. There we go, one perfect hole. Okay, at this time you want to take a few minutes and label your cables A, B, C, and D, because you have to put them in your bumper in order, and you have to plug them into the control box in order. And you're going to start with your first hole on the driver's side with A, and then go to D over on the passenger side. Okay, when you're ready to put it in, take the one that's labeled A, push it through the hole, and then pull down all your wire. These cables are pretty long, so it'll fit in your car. Now, one thing that I want to show you, on the back of this, it is labeled up. Make sure that you've got that pointed up and it aligns with this little piece right here. And also these sensors have like a little eyelid on here, or a little eyebrow, and you want to make sure that that's pointing up. Now, one thing that you may want to do when you go to put it in, I don't know if you can see here, it's got these little tabs. There's 4 of them, go all the way around. You may want to have a little screwdriver like this. It makes it handy for when you push it in and you're sure that you've got it lined up straight. Just push it on in, and if you have a little trouble, take your little screwdriver and push that little tab in while you push it in. You can even go up under and pull it from the back. Okay, so that's what your finished installation should look like. These kits are available in black, white, and silver. Well, my 2009 Ford Escape, the color code is light sage, and obviously they don't have one that matches that, but I figured silver was the best option. Let me show you in the sunlight. Let me back it up. That's not too bad. I figured the black would look way too, it would just stand out too much. It would look like the rest of my holes, and I don't want that, but that one looks okay. I could deal with that. Now, one tip I can give you, once you've got your sensor pushed into the hole in the bumper, I'm going to go and take a zip tie from the back side and put it all the way up there nice and tight, and then zip that thing down so that I'm holding it from the back side in case it wants to wiggle its way out. Okay, once you have all your cables routed under your bumper, crawl up there with a bag of zip ties and zip tie them down, make them look good, make sure they're out of the way. Use as many zip ties as you need because they're cheap. Make sure that you don't get your wires too close to any rotating objects like drive shaft or axles, and keep it away from your muffler. So what I did on mine, again, this is a 2009 Ford Escape, and it had this little cover right here. So I opened it up, I looked down there, and right there was this little grommet. So I just popped the grommet out and ran my wires up through that little hole. And so now I'm going to mount the box right here, and I'll show you where I'm going to mount the speaker. Okay, so now it's time to hook up the power. On mine, I had 2 screws right here, and I was able to pull out my taillight assembly. And then I look down here, and this is my reverse light. So you pull the plug off and let this, well, now I'll tell you what, I'm going to take this off so I can set that aside and not scratch my car. But on this one, we've got a black wire and a green wire, and that's where you're going to use your Scotch locks to tap into that green wire, so that when you put the car in reverse, now you're sending the 12 volts to the control box. All right, so I got my 12 volt positive tied into the green wire of my reverse light. That way when you put the car in reverse, it sends power up to the control box. And for a ground, I just put the black wire on a terminal end, used a self-tapping screw to just put it into the body right. Okay, so we got our power turned on. The other things that come in the kit, of course, is the control box, and it's got some double-sided tape on there and on the speaker. Now, when you go to shop for these kits, they're available with a speaker, or they're available with this little display, and some people can put the display on their dash. I've seen people put it up on the headliner back here in the back so that they can see it when they're backing up. And if you get the one with the display, it has a beeper in it too, or a speaker. This speaker, I kind of like it. I know this kit, and I know it's very loud, and it has an off, low, and a high. So I've got it on high because where I'm going to mount it, let me see if I can show you here. See if I can zoom in. See that little speaker grill right there? Let me get the focus. This little speaker grill right here, that is for the factory reverse kit. So what I'm going to do is just mount this speaker on the back side of that grill. Okay, so all we have left to do is we're going to take our control box, and remember we labeled these cables earlier, and so this one's A, and if you look on the top it says A, B, C, and D, a speaker and power. Okay, so I'm going to put A into A, B into B, C into C, and D into D. And take the speaker, and we'll plug it in right there, and then we take our power plug, and that goes right there. That's all there is to it. Okay, so I got it all mounted in. That's where I put my box, right inside there, and I use that double-sided tape, but I also put a zip tie around it, because it unless it's that 3M tape, I just don't trust it. But so I've got that mounted here, and then my speaker, let's see if it'll light it up. It's somewhere, there it is, right there, and it is right behind this little grill. Okay, and like I said, I've installed several of these kits, and I know that speaker is plenty loud to hear. And so now all I got to do is put this cover back on. Bam, finished. Now we get to test it. Okay, so to test this, all you have to do if you're by yourself, put it on some level ground, put your emergency brake on, turn the key to on, but don't start it, and just put it in reverse. And you can see when you get closer to it, here it starts beeping, and it starts beeping faster. When it goes solid, you better stop. We can come around the side here. Alright, so let me get inside to show you how loud it is on the inside. So luckily there's a truck behind me. Let's see if you can see it. Can you see it back there? Alright. So I'm going to start backing up towards that truck. Alright, so it just went solid. Let's see how close I am. Woohoo! Yeah, when that thing starts beeping solid, you better stop. But anyway, so that's it. That's the backup system. Hope you gain something from this. It's really not that hard. You can do it too. And thanks for watching. Please make sure you subscribe and share this and watch it several times. Thanks, y'all.